Welcome back to Whiteboard Wednesday. My name is Mike Cromwell.
I'm Brian DeVault.
And we're here today talking about the Cybersecurity Posture series. We're now into network. So Brian, why don't you walk us through the elements here and walk us through how a company can assess where they are and what the path looks like to get to a great posture.
Yeah, so from a networking perspective, that's a huge topic, right? So we're going to try to hit the high points here, the things that you should be doing if you have a security operations center, a network operations center, or a network operational staff, right? So, at the very top of the stack, we've got log and SIM. So the bottom line is your networking devices produce logging that can clue you in once you analyze it and alert you if something malicious is going on in your network. So you've got to do that piece of it. The analysis piece of it is most commonly done with tools, software. We're an AT&T cybersecurity partner. We use Alien Vault for this. It's a great tool. Highly recommend it. Regular scanning. We've talked about this during this series a couple of times, but this is vulnerability scanning, right? So any network has vulnerabilities, whether that's through Wi-Fi or whether that's through firmware on a switch or firmware on a firewall. Could be an incorrectly configured piece of networking equipment. Could be a VLAN configuration. There's a variety of things, right? You can't cover them all just by doing port scans and reviewing Visio diagrams. You've got to scan the network so you can find it with a tool that's highly capable, right? Then you've got to hunt. You've got to go out there and look for things that are wrong, right? So, these types of things are not going to be as obvious, but, maybe you're walking around the office one day and you see that somebody's plugged in a Wi-Fi router into a wall socket, right? So those are threats that are outside of your control and command. And if you're regularly scanning your network, you would discover that asset, but it may not be same day, right? You may only scan your network once a week. So you got to look for things, right? Behavior analysis is the process by which, like say, Mike, if you were logged into your PC in the office, and then tomorrow I saw you logged in from Afghanistan, right? That would alert me that something is probably not right. So the next item is research, right? So you got to understand what threats are out there. Do you remember in episode 5 I told you about our honeypot server that's out there on the internet just grabbing data all the time? That educates us as to what's going on the internet and what those threat vectors are. Obviously you got to monitor it. This is the classic case of the dashboard or the wall board, with your stats, your vital stats up there. And understand what they are. Like you're going to have some things that are environmental awareness categorized. Like if somebody's doing a port map scan of my firewall in my data center, that's a pretty common event, believe it or not, right? People are scanning public IPs all day long, every day. That's not going to cause me to go do something to correct it necessarily, unless I see it coming from a foreign country that I never want to communicate with. If that's happening, I can go block that traffic, right? So, and monitoring gets you that. So IPS, IDS, and that's that exact function. Intrusion prevention system, intrusion detection system. So have an IPS, IDS in place on your network. If you have a breach, that's going to tell you about it and it's going to alert you to it. And the last one I've got on there is Wi-Fi. This is a no-brainer. Everybody should be doing this, but secure your Wi-Fi network. Don't have guest networks that don't have passwords. Don't write your password for your Wi-Fi on your conference room wallboard. Don't distribute it on Post-it notes. There are people that are trying to hack into your network, into your wireless networks, if they can see them. So secure your Wi-Fi properly and you'll be safe moving forward.